them a star boy, but me not stand up no movie.
Welcome back to our next video. I appreciate it. But anyway, today I'm going to talk about pickup lines. Enough of you guys don't know how to begin a pickup line, and some of you guys are afraid to start your own questions when you like a girl. So you don't freeze up, I'm here to help you. I will tell you what will work and what will not work, but again, these pickup lines might not work for you, but some will, so don't be ashamed to try it out one of these days. So let's go ahead and let's see.
My first piece of advice in actually using these pickup lines is that you want to show confidence, so be direct in how you approach her. Don't walk up to her timidly. Approach her with a purpose, your head high and your shoulders back. Okay, the first one I have for you is a more adventurous one. It basically suggests that you walk up to a woman and ask her truth or dare. This also requires that you do a little background work beforehand. You need to have a truth or dare prepared before you even approach her. You don't want to be standing in front of her shocked that she answered you by saying, one sec. So for example, if she says dare, you could say, I dare you to let me buy you a drink.
That can work, but there's many women out there who's very stuck up these days. So that might work on some women and that might not work on the others. Because these women these days think they're the number one when they're not. But anyway, let's go ahead to this video before it turns into something else. But anyway, comment down below, what is your best pickup line that actually worked?
And for a truth example could be, if there was no such thing as money, what would you do with your life?
Ooh,
or something along those.
That is a good one. If there was no such thing as money, what will you do with your life? That's a question that you should ask a girl when you're on a date.
This pickup line does two things. It can reveal someone's adventurous side if they lean towards a dare, but it can also help you to break the ice even faster by asking her an interesting question. Whichever one she goes for will let you know something about her personality and will help you to get to know her that much faster. I've surveyed a handful of clients to give me honest feedback on their most successful pickup lines, and this next one is one of them. This is like that fallback one, and it's super easy to remember. This one requires you to go up to a girl that you've never met and say a random girl's name. For example, you could say, hey Sophie.
Yeah, that worked for me, but that is very good to do also. You can go to her and say, hey Katie, hey Zoe, hey, you know, and she might respond and say, hey, I don't name like that, and you begin your pickup line. Start talking to her, feel her out or whatever. Don't be like, you know, don't choke on it, you know what I mean? Just go ahead, be confident. Don't be like like you're stuck in snow, if you know what I mean.
She'll most likely respond with a, I'm not Sophie. And then you can say, oh no, I'm so sorry, but you just look like my friend Sophie. And then this would be a good time to introduce yourself. This one's a little tricky because it's about the execution. So if you aren't feeling confident in your acting abilities, then I would suggest using another one. But if you're
exactly, if you don't feel confident doing that, please use the other pickup line, and I will show you more in this video. Go ahead and watch.
If you're up for a challenge and you keep the ball rolling, then I suggest you try it. But make sure to be sincere in your apology. With the wrong execution, some women might get offended. But then
yes, a lot of them might get offended, because you gotta make sure when you say that you can take yourself out of it to make it a positive thing, so you guys can still be a thing. But if she's not feeling you, bro, she's not feeling you, then you gotta step on, you know what I mean? Don't push it if you can't, you know, don't push it.
And again, she might not just be into a flirting mood, and you'd be better off moving on to someone else.
I just said that.
This next line is for those students out there who are looking to break the ice with a classmate. This also works in any situation where you're just seated. This one goes that if there's an empty seat by a girl you want to approach, simply ask her, is the seat taken? If she says no, then sit down and strike up a conversation.
Some girls will be very stick up with that also. They will be like, no, even though no one is sitting there, they'll be like, yes, someone is sitting there. The reason why some girls say that someone is sitting there because she's not feeling you, or she don't look, or I should say, she don't feel you out, or she don't think that you're cute enough, or whatever it may be. But just talk to her first, then ask her to sit down there if you find yourself more comfortable speaking with her. Don't just go at her and say, is this just empty? You can do it. Like I said, they don't work for everyone, but half. So you can try it and see how it works.
By introducing yourself and find out her name. But I would avoid boring topics on the weather and then controversial ones like the political climate.
Yes. Avoid talking about Donald Trump and about the weather. That's basic, very basic.
Unless you have a great joke. Try and engage with her by talking about something in the surrounding environment. If it's a class, you could ask her about the professor or recount a funny story about what happened in class last week. Basically, you just need proximity and a reason to strike up a conversation, and then you can go from there. One thing to keep in mind when you're using these pickup lines is that the goal is to strike up conversation.
Exactly. If you can't strike a conversation, please wait until you can have the strength to do so, or stand in front of the mirror and stand in front of the mirror and practice your pickup lines. That's all I can say.
Not to get her to commit to you for life, so don't get attached to one girl or one topic for that matter. And don't be afraid to switch up the conversation. Another kind of cheeky line to get someone's attention is to tell them that they look like a famous person. Say, you look like Angelina Jolie or whatever famous person.
Yeah, that works for me also. Just say that.
This is intended to be a compliment, so
you look like Mariah Carey, you look like Katy Perry, you look like Beyonce, you look like Cardi B, whoever. But you gotta keep a conversation going around that celebrity. Maybe she likes someone else, but you gotta make it seem more interesting. Don't be boring talking about the weather. Don't be boring talking about mathematics or politics. Don't do that.
Rack your brain for an attractive celebrity that she looks like or a famous person who's done some good. I guarantee you that she will take this as a compliment if it is executed correctly. I was once approached by a drunk man in a bar who came up stumbling to me saying, "You look like that dead chick." And I was like, "Beg your pardon?" He responded with, "You know, that dead chick." I was still at a loss. After I finally brushed him off, he approached me again to say that I looked like the actress that passed away, Brittany Murphy. Now I get what this guy was trying to accomplish, but he executed it so poorly. So just don't do that. If you're feeling flirty...
Yeah, your approach is very important to women. I said again, your approach is very important to a woman. Because if your approach is not good, trust me, no matter how good your pickup line is, it's not gonna work. So again, your approach to a woman is very crucial. So pay attention to that.
Pretty and cheeky, which I hope you are when you're using these pickup lines. Here is one that is specific to tattoos. If a girl has a noticeable tattoo, you could go up to her and say, "Oh my god, I was gonna get the exact same tattoo."
Yeah, you can say that, but most girls will say, yeah, that's a lie. So you better use something else because that line is used very much. So I don't recommend you doing that, but if you do so, saying that you will get the same tattoo, you should have a good reason why you should get the same tattoo, to make sure she can have a little connection. She may say, "Oh yeah, that's the reason why I put this tattoo," you know, then you have a little connection. But if you can't do that, please don't say that, because that's a cheap pickup line. You didn't work on your homework, I could say.
Even if you weren't, it's a cheeky way to break the ice and hopefully spark some conversation between the two of you about tattoos or whatnot. If you don't want to go down the funny, cheeky route, don't worry, because there are other options. For example, you can be genuine and engaging through a confident introduction of yourself and making strong eye contact with her. You don't always need something funny or cheesy, but if you can convey a genuine interest in her through just saying, "Hi, how are you?" Most of the time you'll be met.
Most of the time women can really spark a conversation. If she's really feeling you, she would go ahead talking. But if she's a talkable person that talks a lot, trust me, you will notice that she talks a lot and that will scare you. to keep talking to her. You would want to leave her instead of staying there with her, because some women love to talk.
That with a pleasant response. And if you really want to catch a girl off guard, you could approach her with a more intense line, and it goes like this. I'm sorry, but I couldn't leave here tonight not having introduced myself. I'd like to buy you a drink and get to know you, or take you out for coffee.
Bam, that's a very easy pick line to do. Very easy. Memorize that. Memorize that. I'm teaching you all the little things you can do. Very easy.
This one's quite forward, especially with no lead up. But, and that's a big but, if you're feeling confident in yourself and the situation is right, then I'd say go for it. The worst thing she's going to do is say no. The thing about assessing the situation,
if she's not feeling you, she will say no. Trust me. But if she is, like, she would say, most girls would say no because she's not feeling you, or she would feel like, oh, she can buy her own stuff, you know. But then you can work your way around that still to buy the drink, you know what I mean?
is I would hold off on this one if she's extremely enthralled in her current conversation, having a good time with her friends or whatnot. But if she seems to be alone and are looking around, she was probably welcome.
Yes, if she's keep her head looking around and so she's not feeling you. She's like, you know, and then putting her hand like this or whatever, she's not having a good eye contact with you, or just looking down at her phone or whatever, she's not feeling you. She just wait until you leave. Pay attention to that. Pay attention, guys.
Welcome your advance. But by now, you have plenty of pickup lines to go through to find the right one for different situations. And my last and final pickup line, one that I believe has worked the best, one that is by far the easiest to remember, is to just approach a woman with confidence while showing a genuine interest in her.
Exactly. Just be a genuine person. Don't be a high-class person when you're not. Don't be like, you got money, you got this, you got that. Of course, if you start out with money in the beginning, trust me, she will be asking for money all throughout the relationship. So be careful how you start a relationship. So trust me, girls are like that, and men also. If women hand guys men money by the week or the month, trust me, that is how men will think and women will think. Trust me, if you start out as a player, trust me, she know you're not the type of guy that she want to marry. Trust me.
Being genuine and interested in someone goes a long way. That said, you could go up to someone the bold way, and depending on where you meet them and what your thing is, you could just say, hey, I noticed you and I'd love to get to know you more over a cup of coffee or a drink. Here's my number. Or if she obliges, then you could continue the conversation right off the bat. If so, ask her questions about herself. It's human nature for us to want to talk about ourselves, so let her. By showing interest in...
Yeah, but some girls talk a lot, like I said, too much. So, and some girls like when men listen to their stories. So, if you want, you can listen to their stories, but that don't mean she's feeling you most of the time.
In her, not only will you learn more about her, but she will also find your interest in her an attractive quality. Women aren't riddles. I know we like to come across that we are, but...
The best thing to do is talk more about yourself and less about her, so she can feel like, okay, this guy really works, he got his things going together, or whatever. And when she feels like asking you a question, make yourself feel the priority, like the goal, the trophy that she come at you. Change it around. When you was hunting her, make her feel like she gotta ask you question, you asking her, if you know what I mean. You got ways to turn that around. Don't make it feel like she's a trophy. You gotta like always go at her, you know what I mean. So some of you guys feel like she's a female, so you know, don't make yourself like a sellout. Guys are also the trophy. Don't make it feel like you're just something at the end of the road or whatever. Women is not the only thing on earth that is the, you know, men too.
In reality, we want to meet people who are genuine and show an interest in us. And we want to meet new people too. So get out there, have a laugh, and hopefully get a date.
Well, that was the end of the video. I hope everyone had something to say in the comments. I hope you can also tell me what is your best pickup line. Like I said in the beginning of the video, Comment down below and let's see if this is a very good pickup line. I hope you had fun with watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'll be back with more videos. Thanks for watching again. Bye.